to understand, then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I see.
When I call you in the net now.
When a man come in there, he asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
You told the message you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to
the message you want to give you what?
Tea. Hot milk tea.
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink
with bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of real bread.
With egg inside.
With egg inside my butter. So when I carry it to when the man say carry it to the man, when you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food make you now carry that so you can go convince your friend.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right car. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man you going to now.
Yeah, the same man.
The man say want for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say,
okay.
Yesterday on being observed medically, because Kessley was shot in the leg when he had exchanged, with our anti-robbery officers. He was shot on his knee. So he's undergoing some medical checkup so that we don't send the court, because usually when we send these suspects to court, their medical conditions matter. If their medical conditions are not so very good, the court do not accept them. So he's undergoing some medical examination, after which he will be forwarded to court.
Let me ask you, Moses, what is the degree of the injury he sustained at the time?
Well, it's serious. It's serious, very, very serious. And so he was treated by the JFK hospital and discharged because we needed to go ahead with the investigation. So, but his medical condition has not really improved. However,
what has the police gathered so far, so good as it stands in terms of the investigation?
Well, his charge sheet is prepared. Armed robbery, murder, and you name it. It's already prepared, and just a matter of his health condition. He's being forwarded to court. December elections.
Okay. Thank you so much, Moses Carter.
Right. You're welcome.
Moses Carter is police spokesman.
I would like to talk to my junior brother, Senator Dillon. Senator Dillon, I want you to know that you are not open with the TRC report. Every time you see me come in, no, when you were speaking, you didn't say order. When you were speaking, you did not say order. Whenever time you see me, you talk about war crime code. I must tell you, the people of Nimba were declared enemy of the state. They were being butchered or slaughtered like chickens and goats, and we have to defend ourselves to survive today. Deal with the issue that is on the floor. Deal with the issue on the agenda. But this boy who has his own record against him, who's the boy? You know him. Then every time he sees me, he talk about walk go. When you see me, I want you to support him. Give me a time, set a special date. I will brief the Senate. I will elect you. I will teach you. I will tutor you by using the very TRC that justice will not done to. Before the fraud, irregularities. This is why the commission divided into two.
Politics is not stagnant, it's revolving. If I said this in the past about almost a year ago, and somebody decided to bring the cassette of oath today, it does not have any effect on our desire to endorse Honorable Jeremiah Cole on Wednesday. This Wednesday, we are going to go to Ganta in a number, hundreds of people to endorse Honorable Jeremiah Cole as our candidate for the MDR. That's what I know. Well, if I say, look, I don't want the EGB right now, is any work all over the
Prince Johnson nonsense. I'm not going to respond to that. We will call for war crime court here, and those who feel guilty will always feel some session. But every time you say war crime court, they say the ugly animal go bring water and baboons start making flour. By the time you say war crime court, Prince Johnson feel that you're talking to him. If he say he did the right thing to protect his people, go say it before the court. At this point, the impunity in this country is emboldening people to even be more corrupt and do things and to hide this country with no fear that justice will be meted against them. And so at the mention of the name War and Economic Crimes Code, those who feel guilty at heart, even the Bible says, even the wicked flee when nobody running after them. At the mention of the name War Crimes Code, Prince Johnson goes into I think he will run away from session every session, because every time I will remind us that we have to do war crime. We got the culture of impunity must come to an end. No, then they don't understand the issue. The issue is about the culture of impunity, transparency and accountability. Transparency and accountability. We'll talk more.
At this time, I will ask the question, why now? Why not when we had O'Neill sitting down here? Why not when Helen Johnson told you she spent money on the rebels? Why not when you had men that are sitting down in power today, confessing that they did this, they did that? You never brought the war crime code, but it is now that the wounds are being healed and you want to bring the war crime. Why now? So then why did the international community allow her to run for the presidency? So even the international community are abettors of the crime in Liberia, because she should have never ran. I'm saying the UN is an abettor to the crimes in our country. We should stop this thing. These, our slave masters, are still running our countries and messing us up.
Representative George, where do you stand with the
establishment of the war crime code? I say, why now? That's my question.
Why now? It's just a question.
Why now is I do not accept it now.
But you don't want it.
So when do you want it? After President
it should have been ever since. You have allowed Helen Johnson to be president for our country for 12 years. For what? After she abetted war, she told you she financed the war, and then they put her in power. Why now? Now that we are in charge, check the TLC report. What does it say? What does it depict? What are the conclusions concerning the TLC report? You've breached it already by allowing the past president to run and then assume power for 12 years. Then you coming to us now and talking to us as if we are fools. You think the Liberian people are fools? You want to bring commotion in our country? Let's check the wall and see what is happening out there. We, as the people's deputies, must take it to our people.
Okay.
Hold town hall meetings once, twice, thrice maximum, and discuss it with the people. And from what the people say, because we'll have the press there, we'll have some of you there. When I'm holding my meeting or my meetings, you will be there. I will hold a meeting down West Point. I will hold a meeting at the Newport Junior High School. I will hold a meeting down the PHP Center Street area. I will hold a minimum of 2 meetings.
I like it.
Good morning, good morning. This is how I'd like to welcome you to the program, The Breeze, this morning. Indeed, today having to be a long presentation. Today is Friday, March 17, 2023. Indeed, the man Fidel Silly is not in the presenter's seat. But we have a lot of issues for you on the program this morning. My name is Dennis Nipson. Let's bring you our motivational quote for this morning. And it says, believe in yourself. Take on the challenges. Dig deeper within yourself to conquer fears. Never let anyone bring you down. You got this. And this is Chantel Softland. And our African proverb says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And indeed, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That is how I'd like to, welcome you. And indeed, if you believe in yourself, that indeed you can make it, you have to, like they say, deeper and ensure that, yes, indeed, you can make it in this world, no matter the situation. You're going to make it, never be defeated in terms of what you hope to achieve, what you want to achieve. And indeed, you have to keep, pressing forward, moving forward to ensure that you achieve whatsoever you intend, to achieve in this life. Never let anyone discourage you. Believe in yourself and say, indeed, I can make it. I can do it. And indeed, you can do it. That's why the motivational quote is saying this morning on the breeze. And we are here. We have lot of issues on the table, on our menu for you this morning. And on our menu this morning, we're going to deal with the issue on yesterday. The University of Liberia issued a statement, the faculty suspending political activities on the campus, and also a release from the Justice Ministry in terms of ensuring that there be investigation into the matter that transpired at the University of Liberia campus. So we will be talking about that. And at 9, we will also look at the labor ministry that carry on some enforcement exercise in terms of shutting down some businesses in Grand Bassa and other parts. So we're also going to talk about that on the program. Stick and stay on the program. First of all, we'll go across the counties to get our correspondence to bring her up to speed as it relates to unfolding in the various counties. So we going to go to our correspondence and take, what they have. We in our Grand Bassa County, we learned that Superintendent Janji Bakwe, on yesterday, we dealt with the statement, the executive order by the president, President George Weah, in terms of executive order 117 that called for elective, or that is government officials seeking elective position to resign ahead or before, that is April 7. So we learned that Superintendent Janji Bakwe, accept to resign his post based on the mandate from the president. So we are doing everything to get in contact with our correspondent, Yukon J. Wamplu, who is in Grand Bassa County, to bring her up to speed as it relates to the decision from the superintendent to resign his post following the executive order of the president. So I'm going to join now our correspondent Yukon J. Wamplu that will bring her up to speed as it relates to the decision from our Superintendent John J. Bakwe in Grand Bassa County. Good morning and welcome to the Breeze, Yukon J. Wamplu.
Good morning, Dennis, and good morning to our many listeners. It's a pleasure this morning joining you from the commercial capital of Grand Bassa County.
Okay, thank you. We have gathered that Superintendent John J. Bakwe accepts to resign following the mandate from President George Weah.
So you're correct. Superintendent Bakwe said to journalists in Grand Bassa County, especially in an interview with TV Ablije, that he must respect the president mandate. It is the president mandate that all the appointed officials do go by. So as the mandate has been issued, Executive Order 117, and in line with the main portion of the Code of Conduct section 5.2 and 10.2, he said that he is not going to navigate further the affairs of the county administration beyond April 7, the date set by the president of the Republic of Liberia. So he has an intention to contest electoral district number 2 in Grand Bassa County that has been occupied by Representative Mary Mose Makawa. And what is happening currently in Grand Bassa County as a whole is that there are fingers pointing to who will become the next superintendent if Superintendent John J. Bakwe leave. But he has assured the people of Bassa that he will no longer contest, he will no longer serve as superintendent of Grand Bassa County beyond the date stipulated by the president.
So what do you think about the atmosphere there? The citizens, welcome that in terms of his decision?
Well, it's a mixed view. Some are saying there have been initial issues about the superintendent giving a full report to the citizens of Grand Bassa County before his resignation, while others are saying that the superintendent is respecting the mandate of the president. But the atmosphere in Bassa is actually about who replaces Superintendent John J. Bakwe if he resigns between now and April 7. And there are 2 names on the book. We don't know how the names are arriving, but the names are on Ellie Williams of the National Patriotic Party.
Okay.
And he's the current PRO of Grand Bassa County. And while Mr. Wadia Mazu is the current chairperson of the National Patriotic Party. What we're sensing here from Grand Bassa County is that it seems to be that the National Patriotic Party will be heading to take the superintendent position in Grand Bassa County. It is not set as to whether this is part of the framework that the collaborating parties, ruling collaborating parties signed before President Weah took over.
Okay. And there's this thing. Someone might say putting all your egg, in one basket. What is your impression, or what have you gathered in terms of, the district that he wants to, contest in?
Well, so like we reported somebody this week about petition ceremony in Grand Bassa County, District number 2, where the superintendent received a huge petition from residents of electoral district number 2, especially in Godwas Town. And also part of that, the superintendent, the representative brother also pledged his support. So what's happening is that there's a huge momentum. Yeah, initially there was issue raised as Bakwe had been sending his attention to only district number 2 and now part of the county. And now it has arrived to the stage where people are now believing that the superintendent is a way in electoral district number 2 to battle the equivalent Representative Mary Kawa.
Okay. And in terms of our other activities there, how is it like in terms of the voter registration or, mobilization for citizens?
All right. What happened is not from the civil society angle, but it's coming from politicians. Everyone wants to get more numbers on the side, so they are started to carry on as a voter registration messages for their supporters, who will be supporters, to start to turn out to register in this March, beginning March 20th. We saw Representative Matthew Fairplay Joe of Buchanan District, after his endorsement program, he was able to call on the people of Grand Bassa County to turn out the register, and saying that the only way they can actualize the huge turnout that came over the weekend during his reduction program as a result of they registering to vote. Also, Superintendent Backward District number 2 and Representative Thomas Goswa, electoral district number 5. But from the angle of the civil society, there's no form of awareness of people tending to vote so far.
Okay. Thank you so much, Yukon J. Wamplu.
Always a pleasure, Dennis, and happy to hear your voice as a presenter this time.
Okay, thank you. And that our Grand Bassa County correspondent Yukon J. Wamplu. We are making contacts to Maryland County to speak with our correspondent Patrick Mensah in Maryland County, and you listen to Yukon J from Grand Bassa saying that Superintendent Jaji Gbagbe, he has accepted to resign his post as superintendent of the county based on the mandate, the executive order from the president that government officials seeking electable posts should resign on or before April 7. So he said the superintendent has accepted, and okay, that's something, it is welcoming to know that officials are beginning to adhere to the mandate. And also in Maryland County, we are gathering that supporters of some are appointed government officials, are worried as it relates to the president mandate, mandating officials who are desirous of contesting to resign their posts to give time to others. So we will join our Maryland County correspondent Patrick Mensah to bring her up to speed as it relates to that. Good morning, Patrick Mensah.
Good morning. Let me say good morning to the rest of the folks listening to this program, Morning Breeze, this morning. My pleasure being on the platform.
Okay. We are hearing that supporters of some appointed government officials in Maryland County seeking elective posts are worried following the executive order of President George Weah. Can you bring her up to speed?
Well, you are quite correct. Following His Excellency President George Weah press release, several supporters of these appointed government officials who are serving in government been worrying since the pronouncement by His Excellency President Weah on ground that they are saying they are confused now as to where to go and who are those they're going to be supporting in the process. Could you imagine in Maryland County, several of those who are desirous to contest, including the National Identification Registry boss, Mr. Tiat Nangwe, and the city mayor of Harper, Mayor Blessing Howell, she also declared her intention to contest in this pending election. And the national port, one of the ports here in Maryland County, the Harper Seaport, one of the director also declared his intention, Mr. Wayne Wiley, to contest. But following the pronouncement concerning the executive order, most of their supporters are now saying that particular order might have a serious hindering on their that people are going to be supporting the process.
Why are they saying that?
They are saying they have declared their intention to support these people who wanting to contest, and as it stands with the executive order, they might not contest, so they are confused as to where to go, who they're going to support. These elections in our country, many of these supporters we hear them going a loggerhead with other supporters. So since the pronouncement, they're thinking as to where they're going to go and who they're going to support after dedicating others who desire to contest and seeing that people who executive order with ban them for not contesting. So they see it to be something that they are confused. They don't know where to go.
The executive order will ban them from not contesting. I'm not getting that.
Yeah, because according to the executive order, when you are appointed you are appointed by the president, you are working, you have to resign before April 7. So they see the activities, they see the aspiring who decided to contest in that particular race, because most of them were appointed by the president, like the the mayoress of Harcourt City, Mayor Blessing Howard, she was appointed. She had currently served as the mayor. And that executive order will also deny her for contesting because she was appointed by the president.
So I think they are getting the message differently, right? Because the executive order is to allow the officials to resign and take on their quest to carry on their campaign activities. It is not intended for them not to run.
That's the contradiction they are saying. But what they are saying, because sometimes you see these people who want to contest. Sometimes they hope on some of the little funders that are coming from their salary. So when they have their fear is maybe these people will not want to contest because they can leave their lucrative job or some other job and vary for position that maybe they might not be successful. So they see it as a worrisome situation for them because if those people will resign their position and maybe contest and they are not successful, it might be a hindrance. So they think some of those people might not contest because of that fear.
Okay. Meaning that they will be afraid, so they might not, resign their post because they don't know their fate. They are not sure whether they will win.
They were the worries now coming from these supporters because some of them are calling to them. We spoke with them yesterday, and they said since the pronouncement, their people have been talking to them as to whether they will contest in elections or not, because they see that as a little sticky issue. Elections is a situation that you do certain for uncertain. You can't tell whether you're going to win the election or not. So they see this as something like like a serious threat to their position. So for them to resign the very position and contest with the probability of winning, they see it as something worrisome.
Okay. So what are other activities in Maryland County and as it relates to awareness of the voter registration exercise?
Well, in recent times, these who have desire to contest, they are the one now creating this awareness in Maryland concerning the biometric voter registration process. In recent time, House Speaker Dr. Fatima supporters were in the street creating the awareness, educating people that they should turn out for the voter registration process. And the visitor service gathering, including towns, to educate our people, because the biometric process is the first of a kind for it to be introduced in our country political process. So they have started their wedding from the various towns. One aromatic chairman, who is the fiance to the House Speaker, Dr. Bonfa Chimos, who visited the country recent time, have gone beyond to educate the people concerning the voter registration process. And she urged the citizens that if they want to see some changes in the election process or in government, there is a need for them to go to do their registration so that they can vote those who they want to vote, so that they can champion the cause to help people who want to go to the race. And that message was brought forth to the people. Some of them left their very homes, including towns, to assemble at the Pliwo City Hall when she called a joint meeting for them to be there and provide the education. So that's the situation so far in Maryland County concerning the voter process, and other citizens are seeing that particular aspect now as a way of encouraging others to turn out when the time reaches for the process.
Okay, thank you so much, Patrick Mesa.
My pleasure. Thanks so much.
Okay, and that our correspondent in Maryland County, Patrick Mesa, there, bringing you up to speed as it relates to what's unfolding in Maryland County. And he's talk about the issue of supporters of our government officials seeking electable posts in our county who are worried in terms of, their candidate or those aspiring, for the position in case they resign. How are they going to manage if they do not win the post for which they are resigning their position in government? How is it going to be? And that's why if you are, entering in any of these. You have to trust the process, and you have to trust yourself to know that indeed, if you resign your post, you it's a 50-50 thing. Either you lose or you gain. So that's it there. And yes, and in our we are making efforts to join our correspondent in Lofa County. The district commissioner of Kolahun District, Lofa County, show CDC to deliver Bandi Chief that comes October. Okay. The district commissioner of Kolahun, assured the CDC that he's going to deliver the Bandi Chiefdom in Lofa County. So our correspondent Samuel is in that part, Samuel Bole, and we are making effort to join him as he will bring her up to speed with what is unfolding in Lofa County as it relates to the commissioner own decision to give support to the CDC, that is the ruling establishment. So we are making effort to join our correspondent in that part of the county to ensure that, he bring her up to speed as it relates to Lofa County. We know Lofa County is, heavily, contested in terms of support from the ruling establishment and also the opposition community. So he's doing everything like the commissioner to ensure that the Bandi Chiefdom is delivered to the CDC. So Samuel Bole is our correspondent in Lofa, and we are making effort to join him in that part of the country. And I think as it relates to the issue of the elected officials or the appointed officials seeking electable positions, and their supporters being worried, is something that most often people ask, why is it, sometimes you perhaps resign your post and you at the end of the day, you don't win. What will become of you? So like we're discussing, Fido and I on yesterday, that the thing is, 50-50. So perhaps you trust the process and then you go into it. If you're not sure of anything, you do not go into it. So you have to be sure of what you want to get in before you can engage into that, because if whatsoever thing happen and you don't have the power to seek or to get back your appointing or your position in government, that would be another issue. So that's it for our correspondent. We are able to get to Mangibi County, where we learned that the former Minister of State and Sanction Minister of State Nathaniel McGill donated 150,000 LD to market women. And also in a part of Mangibi, the clan chief of Wemokoli, Eddie Nimai, says he will support the second term bid of President George Weah, and we are making efforts, but we cannot get to our correspondent will call Kerry there in that part of the county, in that part of Liberia, part of the country. So we're going to transition to our next topic in terms of the University of Liberia. Like we said on yesterday, we saw the release from the faculty as it relates to suspension of students' activity in that part, on the campus of the University of Liberia, and ensuring that students grouping, can adhere to the mandate as it relates to not engaging, because we saw what happened recently and we all frown at that. We all talk about that, and perhaps other had their own reaction as it relates to that. So we will join the faculty SG. But before that, I'm going to read out a statement from Dr. Julia Saudo Nelson, who happens to be the president. And the statement say, as of today, March 16, 2023, student politics on all UL campuses are hereby suspended until further notice. The suspension comes in the wake of the many violent disturbances on the University of Liberia campuses. Students are mandated to keep in strict conformity to this pronouncement. Violators will be severely sanctioned in keeping with the UL revised student handbook. Accordingly, no political group shall assemble or hold meeting or engage in any political related activities on any of the University of Liberia campus during this period of suspension. The suspension affects political solidarity marches, political gatherings, the wearing of symbols and emblems, debating and promoting campus-based political groups, student protests, among others. At the same time, the UL administration condemns in the strongest possible terms the violent disturbance that erupted on the UL campus, that is Capitol Hill campus, on Monday, March 13, 2023, and by extension, all such incidents. Additionally, the UL administration commissions an immediate independent investigation to probe the Monday disturbance, which led to the cancellation of classes and injuries to students and others. The committee is headed by Professor T. Dibe Sandy, Director, Kofi Annan Institute for Conflict Transformation. The U administration ensures and commits the full protection and safety of all students, staff, faculty, and users of the facilities and services of the university. Meanwhile, UL students are reminded that the revised UL student handbook strictly prohibits the use of disruptive noise, violence, and vandalism of all its campuses. And that's a release from the University of Liberia President Julia Nelson. That is Dr. Julia Nelson. And in terms of how student politics, has been suspended on the campus of the University of Liberia, and we, want to see how this will unfold. But before then, I would take the SG of the Faculty Association, who happens to be Eric Patton. I will take him on the line to get to hear from him as it relates to this decision by the University of Liberia, what they make of that in terms of their own impression, because they have been vocal as it relates to that as well. So we are making effort to join Eric Patton, who is the SG of the University of Liberia Faculty Association. I will be joined by Eric Patton. Mr. Eric Patton now is here. Good morning, Mr. Patton.
Good morning, Denise, and good morning to your listeners. Thank you for reaching out to us this morning.
Okay. So we saw on yesterday the release or the statement from the university. We'd like to know what you make of it as a faculty.
Well, I have seen some of these actions before. The last time I saw when tension was as high as the one we're seeing now. But unfortunately, that time it was between student and student. The university took decision to be able to reduce the tension on the campus because the kind of situation we are having now is not favorable for faculty, for students, and for staff. Because it's a very, very violent atmosphere. And so I thought that because we as OFA have been calling on the UL administration to do something about the kind of situation, because we have our faculty who are feeling afraid to go to campus. And so I think that's one of the control mechanisms that can be put in place to be able to reduce the tension. What we also think is that besides the suspension, people should be held culpable, and those who are involved in the investigation that the UL will come up with the finding and whatever punishment that are supposed to be meted against them, that they can be able to serve them.
How sincere do you see the mandate? Because in time past, like you said, it was student to student, confusion when there were pronouncement or suspension of, student politics. And now this has to do with our outsider and the student. So how sincere do you think that this will work?
Well, I think also the university has a the authority to also restrict public officials from going on that campus, because that is not a political ground for the exchange of opposing views by national political actors. And so to safeguard the entire university campus, the university also needs to go beyond just suspending student politics, but also ensuring that they ban political actors from coming on the campus to have political activities or to get involved with, political activities on the university campus. That again will also serve as, a pathway for a safe atmosphere, because even if you ban student politics, and once you have them continuously coming, there will still be a tension. So, when they want to come on the campus, if they don't have, because that is a campus, that is not just any place. So if you want to come on the campus, I think you should inform the university authority of what you're going to be doing there. So the university authority should take measures to be able to control the influx of public officials who come there, and even some people who have no business there. I think there should be some control mechanism.
Okay, judging from time past and now, do you think the university has the means to do that?
Well, the university may not physically have the means, but the university is a public institution, and the president is the visitor of the university. So I think the university can be able to seek the assistance of the visitor and public officials to weigh off a lot of those people who think they have interest in coming. Because you see, where the campus is located is between the three branches. And so, there is visibility, and whatever political happenings are out there, you'll find the students. And what we've noticed and seen over the time is that the political happenings on the national scene is what is kind of influencing the kind of political tension that we are having on the campus. So to reduce that is to be able to weed off some of these political actors from the campus, and also have the temporary suspension on the activities of student politics, so that, calm can be restored, and then we all can have a sit down now to find a better way as to how students can govern themselves.
And in terms of this, what do you think is the effect on the student populace there at the University of Liberia?
Well, the way the university student leadership runs, you have county-based organizations, you have department organizations, and so these organizations are still running. They still have their leadership. They are normally non-political. They are after student welfare. But the tension is between the rival student political parties that you have. Normally, that's where the tension, is built from. And so those activities need to be put hold on for some time, so that, we all can look at it and see how, because it keeps getting violent, and the pathway it is taking now may degenerate into something greater than what we are seeing now. So I think the university acted to be able to save the situation and ensure that calm is restored, and then we find a better way that students can practice politics free of influence from the national politics.
With these activities as faculty, are you able to ably carry on your instructional materials to complete the scheme and all of that?
As we speak now, the whole entire campus, especially Capitol Hill, has not been running in a proper manner since the incident of Monday. Both students and faculty are still traumatized. If you had visited the campus and after Monday, even up to yesterday, you will notice that students are still afraid to come off campus, especially in light that Monday is going to be a voter registration, and some people are still trying to inflame the situation of going there. But I think beyond what the university has announced, they need to ensure that we as faculty and the students also get the guarantee that the university campus is safe for teaching and learning. And then I think the university will have to live up to that task, because as a faculty association, that is what we want. We're not going to put our faculty in harm's way, because we have a mix of faculty. Some of them are public officials, and they have concerns as to whether when they come on the campus, they will be safe. Others who are in class, and when these riots are going on, I get attacked. Most of us have been in that kind of situation. And so while they are taking the steps, we also want guarantee of our own safety, that we can be able to carry out our function without any fear of a violent situation.
What does the faculty make of the panel that was established to investigate the issue?
Well, it is good that a panel has been set up to investigate. What I will also advise, normally when panels are set up in this country and they come up with investigative report, they are just used for a desk decoration. I would think that whatever investigative findings that the panel will be able to come up with, if there are punishment, I think those who are culpable should be able to serve those punishments so that there can be a deterrent to, future violent situation, because we cannot continue to live the way we are living. I know that on the university campus, there was intellectualism. Can we restore it? Yes. Are there ways we can restore it? Yes. But what we all need is to be able to sit down and chart the way forward. And I think also, why it is true that there is a ban or a suspension on the student politics, there also needs to be avenue created between the UR administration and the students for a platform where the UR president can engage, whether the county presidents, whether it is a department leadership, to engage with them on a regular basis to be able to understand things that are happening within the student community so that they can be able to address themselves to a faster, instead of it degenerating into what we have seen over time.
Okay, finally, Patton, before I take leave of you. Yeah, what's your parting comment? That's what
I urge the students to remain calm. This is not taking away their right. This is an attempt to restore calm, to restore order, to restore the confidence of faculty, students, and staff that the university campus is safe, and so that all of us can be able to carry out our normal business that we have at the University of Liberia. And so I would expect that they will see this not as an affront to their quote-unquote right, but it is a control mechanism to manage the situation so that, the university can be a place of teaching and learning.
Okay, thank you so much, Eric Patton.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, Eric Patton is the Secretary General, the SG, of the Association of Faculty at the University of Liberia, and he has been speaking to us as it relates to issue that unfold at the University of Liberia on yesterday. We saw the statement from the University of Liberia campus, the University of Liberia, that student politics, has been suspended at the campus, and it is welcoming by some others. And like he said, the need to ensure that these things, are adhered to and follow to the code, and to ensure that those who are involved, can ably ensure whenever they come up with a pronouncement or amend it. It is not just about, saying it, but it's about doing what they have said in terms of, ensuring that, yes, indeed, if we say no student politics, there should be no student politics at the University of Liberia campus. So this one is from the Ministry of Justice and the Information Ministry, and it says Justice Minister Frank Musadin has mandated the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Patrick Sudu, to conduct a thorough investigation into the standoff that happened on the Capitol Hill campus of the University of Liberia on Monday, March 13. The minister called on the police RG to file a report to his office soonest following his inquest into the violent incident, which led to injuries and the destruction of property, the merely acquired amongst rival student supporters of two Liberian lawmakers. The government has, however, reiterated that while it is committed to protecting fundamental rights, including freedom of expression and assembly, it will not tolerate violence of any kind. Okay, you heard it, and it's from the Information Ministry, the Justice Ministry, demanding a thorough investigation into the matter as it relates to what happened at the University of Liberia campus. And you also listen to the SG who happens to be the faculty, the Secretary General of the Faculty Association at the University of Liberia, and you listen to him what he said in terms of the decision of the University of Liberia, and that was done by Julia Nelson, the president, suspending political activities on the campus. And he said that this is not the first time that this mandate is being given. And what is important is that whenever mandates like these come up, it is important to ensure that yes, indeed, those who bring out these mandates or who give these orders should ensure that it be implemented. And if you say there's politics, has been suspended at the campus of the University of Liberia, the campuses of the University of Liberia, you should ensure that no official go at the campus to have a gathering like they said. So there should be, monitoring and supervision mechanism put into place. And that's one thing that as a country, we are lacking. Whenever pronouncement is being made, you see that people don't follow on it. People go about doing their own thing. And he also mentioned the issue about investigation. When investigations are done, it is important to know that these investigations are carried out to ensure that perpetrators are brought to book. So if you carry on an investigation, you should ensure that whosoever is found, guilty or is found in the wrong of doing that, or who is the perpetrator, should be brought to book. And there is no if and but about that. You should ensure that yes, you call names and say this is party A, party B that was involved with this, and there's a need that this person be forwarded to court or to the law, for proper adjudication of the matter. And I saw something yesterday. We also saw something like yesterday on Facebook. We sat behind the microphone a few days ago, and we condemned the act with the two lawmakers, that is Representative Akara Gray and Representative Yeke Koluba, getting involved with the student matters at the campus. And we saw that. And what is interesting to know, and over time we have been saying these things and we continue to say it, the young people allow themselves to be used by politicians. And these politicians, they are friends. They are friends. They meet in their chambers, they laugh, they shake hands, they hug. And we saw that being demonstrated yesterday by Representative Akaras Gray and Representative Yeke Koluba. It is good to make peace, which of course, that's why when we sit behind the microphone, we talk about peace. And here at ABC, we strive for peace and harmony, like we said. But it is important as we do that, those who we consider our leaders should also instill such discipline in the young folks. The young folks should be aware that what they are seeking is peace. It shouldn't be about hatred. We saw how those young people were at each other at the University of Liberia. And today, with that altercation, you know that they have become enemies. Whenever they meet, they will have issues with each other. For these officials, these lawmakers, they go in their corners, they hug each other, they laugh about issue, they talk to each other. But when they come in the public, they make our young people to go against each other, which is wrong. Which is wrong. And that is inciting the young generation. You cannot have lawmakers, coming up, inciting young people, let's go, we are going, I'm going to this place, and they follow you, everyone follow you, and they go, they fight each other, they hide, they get injured because of you. Because why? You are all doing this for your own political gains. You are all doing it for your own political motive, because you want to be seen. It is wrong. it is very wrong. And it's about time that our young people get to know that these politicians are after their own self-gains, and they are not after you. They will use you to accomplish their aim. And when they are done accomplishing their aim, they get whatsoever they want to get, and you go and be suffering and cannot find food for yourself. You cannot get your livelihood. You cannot get better health care. You cannot get better education. You cannot get it. But they put you together. They say, let's go and fight for this cause. And then you go behind them. You say, yes, we have lawmakers who are in our interest. And you want to kill yourself because of them. You go and knuckle heads with each other. You wound each other in the name of I'm supporting this individual X and individual Y. So this is actually wrong. This is wrong. This should be resisted by our young people, not to be used by politicians. And I tell you for a fact, we are around the electionary period. And the politician will be using you again, the young people. You have to be wise. You have to be wise, because these people, they will come, like I said, they will come and tell you all of the bad things about the other to agitate you, to make you to react, because they want to see you in an angry mood so that you can gather around them and go attack your colleagues, to go attack your friends, to go attack your mates. And when you get wounded, you have nowhere to go. There's no proper health care for you. You cannot be treated with the rightful medication, and they go abroad to seek treatment. They go abroad to send their children to school. They send their children to school abroad. They go to the best schools, the best hospital. They ride the best of car, and you as a young person, you are suffering. So it is important to be wise as young people of the country, because the future of the country depends on the decision that the young people will make today. And that decision can only be achieved through education. It's to ensure that you educate yourself. It's to ensure that you go to school, you learn to take up the position, to take up leadership role, to carry your country forward for growth and development. So that should be, the endeavor of all young people in our country. And we also saw the release from the Justice Ministry demanding investigation, speedy investigation into the matter. That Patrick Sudu, police IG, should ensure that the matter be investigated and findings should come to the Ministry of Justice. And this is something that, over the time, we have seen investigation from the police, and hope this is not business as usual, because the police, whenever there's investigation and the Liberian people, are looking up to the police to come up with investigation that will ensure that whosoever is responsible is brought to book, sometimes that hopes are being dashed. So we are calling on Patrick Sudu, Police Inspector Patrick Sudu, to ensure that this time around they have speedy investigation, and to ensure that whosoever void of politics can be brought to book, to serve as deterrence to others who be perpetrators, who will want to, engage in such an act, to know that yes, indeed, the police is after, the protection of the citizen. And it shouldn't be business as usual, because most often when you talk about investigation, Liberians, just forget about that, because that won't happen. The police won't do nothing. They will just play around. And no, that shouldn't be business as usual. That shouldn't be business as usual. The police should be up to the task to investigate, and whenever someone is found guilty, they should ensure that, yes, indeed, whosoever found in the act is brought to book. It is not about who you know. It is not about who is involved, who do they affiliate with. No, it is not about that. It is about Liberia. So we are looking up to the police as per the mandate that they should investigate this matter. On yesterday and the day before, when we spoke with the police spokesman, and he said that, you know, those that were apprehended and they were released and they are investigating and what have you. So we hope that the investigation will take shape, and those who are responsible for what transpired at the University of Liberia campus as per the mandate should be brought to book. So you have listened to the release from the University of Liberia campus, the University of Liberia, from the president. You are also listening to the SG of the Faculty Association, who happens to be Eric Patton, who spoke about their own concern, and you follow as it relates to what I'm discussing. Now I'm going to open the phone lines that you will have your input. You will contribute to the program on 0555 105 100, 0777 105 100. Let's hear you. What do you make of the release from the University of Liberia that student politics has been suspended on the campus, that they don't want to see gathering of such nature at the University of Liberia campuses, whether it is Capitol Hill, whether it is Fendier, they don't want to see that. So we're going to take your calls on the program. And yeah, what do you make of that pronouncement there by the president? Good morning. Okay. Okay. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
Thank you very much for the show, the topic on the discussion.
Okay.
For the early administration, I don't think that they are doing well. You know, politics, every government official in power today that are in political position, most of them graduated from that area. Politics and political affairs can be suspended from the campus. Because the name soup alone is even older than CDC. So it is not because of a certain group of people you want to abolish certain things. Soup is the one that fought for the democracy in Liberia, and today we are enjoying.
So should they be disrupting normal learning activities at the University of Liberia?
There's nothing called disrupting. So let's be honest to one another. That is, we shouldn't be protecting our job and say something that is not good for the future.
What is the job that we are protecting?
Because the administration at the LU campus, they are talking there, they are saying there to protect their job. Look, let me tell you, there was complete violation and invasion on the campus. If I can't have left to the area, they seem to advance it, that it should be handled. It was not the first time, not the second, not the third, but the super on the campus. Why didn't the administration come up at that time to put up to what they were doing? I can't get going there.
No, but the University of Liberia suspended student politics before. This is not the first time.
Okay, we agree now. Let's look at the outcome. Let's look at the resolution.
Okay.
According to the justice that I released again, that just show it. Because the police will not do anything. It is not the first time I can't do it. I can't get other people to never to beat on somebody in the presence and say that the police will not do anything. And when that's you. The Police was sleeping in a house. Look, let me see what's in the country. Aurora does not belong to a particular group of people.
Okay, thank you.
So, the other person was sleeping in a house. A boy did something which of which is now in the morning, and in the morning we saw a whole fight about police officer.
All right.
Somebody in the presence of the police and went to I can't wait when people that march in the presence of the police.
Thank you so much. Okay. All right. 0555 105 100, 0777 105 100. You can also download the radio King app via our Play Store or App Store and listen to ABC Radio online. You can search for ABC 101 105.1 official on Facebook. Like and share the video, invite others to watch as you place through your calls on the program. Let's hear you as you put through your calls on the program. 0777 105 100, 0555 105 100. Let's hear you on the program. I don't know why the line is just dropping, but you can place through your calls on the program. Let's hear you on the program. 0555 105 100 0777 105 100. Let's hear you on the program as you place through your calls on the program. Tell me, what do you make of the discussion here this morning on the program? I don't know why this line keep dropping. The line keep dropping. Yeah. Okay, let me take this person on this line. Okay, we are making some adjustment. 0555 105 100 0777 105 100. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, madam. How you doing?
I'm okay. Let's hear you.
Good morning. I'm Osette calling from Brazil.
Okay.
I'm listening to your discussion. This is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I listen well. But in my business, what as far as they just wanted to prove to us that they have power over us. Because you go into a school, although they are teaching men and women, but because they are going to be children, because they are staying in school. And then if you go in and the administrator tell you, say, don't come, you just leave it as it is. But you force him to go and walk with it, just go and do. He gets part of cancer, and rebel behind him, rebel behind him. And other people are there, not important.
So what we are discussing this morning is, what do you make of the release, the statement from the University of Liberia suspending student politics, and that of the Justice Minister in terms of investigation?
Yes, they were not necessary.
Okay.
They were not necessary. She had left the children and go meet a color girl for what he did. Yes.
Okay.
Because it was not, what he did was not right. Then she was ordered that she was calling and icy, to get his view. He said, then something that you're here now, they are not in school. When they will be graduating, they have to sit down now because I got a great process.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. 0777 105 100 0555 105 100. Let's hear you on the program as you make your input on the program. What do you make of the pronouncement by the University of Liberia suspending student politics?
Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to The Breeze on ABC Radio.
The day release summer breaking, I join you from the old room to
Okay.
The suspending of slavery at the University of Liberia is not a problem. The problem in this game at that university is, let us be serious here. I cannot create what's the cause of this problem. Government needs to take immediate action against the behavior of Honorable Akaros Gray. And when you go to the general Akaros Gray, because that's how he call himself to be. He's a general. So, what are we heading for? If there's the class when you want to run, if there's the class, we therefore.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Have a God bless you.
Okay. Let's hear you. Okay. We lost that caller and we are sorry for the disturbance of the line. 0777 105 100 0555 105 100. Let's hear you on the program as you make your input and tell me, what do you make of the discussion this morning? And we are talking about the suspension of student politics at the University of Liberia campuses, and also the release from the Justice Ministry that the police should investigate what transpired at the University of Liberia and come up with a report. Let's hear you. What do you make of it? Do you think the suspension is realistic and will it achieve its objective? What do you make of it? Let's hear you on the program. This is the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1. Let's hear you on the program, ABC Radio. You can also follow us on Facebook. Share the video, invite someone to watch along as you make your input on the program. And indeed, like I said on yesterday, we talk about the implication of this entire process in terms of how the lawmaker went to the place and to instigate the whole confusion as it relates to Representative Akaros Gray, and what does it represent for the party for which he's from. And there was some mixed reaction, but indeed it is important, and it is good that the University of Liberia has come out to suspend the student politics. But what we are saying, suspending, just coming up and saying that student politics has been suspended, it is good. But the action that you're going to take to ensure that, yes, indeed, those who are involved, those who are in charge, to ensure that indeed there won't be grouping there at the University of Liberia to carry on the activities. So let me get this person on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay. My name is Jamina Bongwai. I'm calling you from Ghana Jail.
Okay.
All right. So I listened to you. You discussed the issue lengthily.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, the decision to suspend student politics on the campuses of UL, I don't think is the solution.
Why?
In the first place, the situation did not come about or as a result of student politics on the campus where there were election and erupted into violence. No, that was not the situation. Now,
but did you follow that the students started attacking officials who went at the campus?
So can we refer to that as student politics?
Yeah, that's politics.
No, I don't think so. Now, what government needs to do is that I'm not in support of the students attacking government officials, especially when I was a clip. The action against the vice president was actually wrong. Now, government is supposed to stop so that is true. They were the administration of the UL. Beyond that, when they attacked the assistant to the finance minister, I'm not sure to how Akaros came up with that challenge. The government of Liberia through the Ministry of Justice will have prevented that from happening. What happened on the 13th on Monday will have been prevented if our government was so active. The Ministry of Justice will have issued a statement stopping Gray and instructing the police to protect the campus. But they didn't do that. In fact, in the presence of the police remained standing, holding their hands when Gray came with those guys. No one knows where he took those guys from. They were not students. They were not, to see people like that, it was the first time. And they walked in front of the police. We all were clapping. I was on the scene. I witnessed the scene. We all were clapping. Police were laughing. They want to know who is stronger. And they went into that place.
Okay.
You understand? They would have prevented it. What's coming to start to infringe on the rights of the students? That was not student politics.
Okay.
Investigate it.
All right. Thank you so much. 077-105-100, 055-105-100. Let's hear you on the Morning Breeze on ABC Radio this morning on 105.1. Let's hear you on the program. Good morning. Good morning.
This is Denise.
Yes, good morning.
And thank you for the platform. I listened to you. You said everything right. I think it was the right idea by the administration there to suspend student politics.
Okay.
I think that's the right idea. When it come back, the administration to ensure that they take each of the matters, they take total control of that campus and ensure that everything runs smoothly. That student, the member will not run any other faculty member or community official on that campus anymore. And ensure that they institute total strict measure that students were above. Thank you, my sister, for your platform.
Thank you. 077-105-100, 055-105-100. Let's hear you. What do you make of the discussion this morning as it relates to the suspension of student politics at the University of Liberia? Call up on ABC Radio and make your input on the program, and also the mandate from the Justice Ministry to ensure that the matter be investigated thoroughly and bring the perpetrator to book. What do you make of that? Let's hear you on the program as you have your input on ABC Radio. You can also follow us on ABC Radio on that is Facebook. Share the video, put your comment, invite others to watch along as you make your input on the program. And I don't know what this line is just reading error, so I'm going to make sure to get to the callers, so you can keep your calls coming on the program as to make adjustment. 0777105 055 Let's hear you as you put your calls on the program. Let's hear you. What do you make of the discussion here on the program? Let's hear what you have to say, and hope our technical people can make adjustment to the lines and the calls are not going. But keep your calls coming on the program. Let's hear what you have to say on the program. Just a little disruption of the lines and the calls are not going. Yes, and indeed, like I said, it is important. It is not only about suspending student politics, but it is also intended to put in mechanism that will work to ensure that those who are in charge can monitor the process. Because whenever they say they suspend student politics, sometimes you realize that you have some official visiting the campus and there will be some program going on, which of course should not be in that way. And it's important that those in charge. It is good that Dr. Nelson came up with the release, but coming up with the release mechanism should be put into place that you monitor the process daily to ensure that it doesn't happen. Let's go to the lines and get this person. Good morning. Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
I'm Mr. Swan calling from downtown West Point.
Okay.
The suspension of student politics on the University of Nigeria is illegal. Reason being that the incident started, it is good news that you talk ahead and put it to work. This is a very serious challenge. What is the staff from going there? If you want air, what is the faculty to adopt, then that's what also was to put a bunch of that immediately instead of watching to see the outcome of it. And the outcome of violence is what? Destruction of lives and money. It's not just for violence and lives of people. Now the justice district, who is standing by at the capital building, looking at it that they are watching to do. It's all things happening, and the lives of happening. Now there are some point of investigation and suspension. So I feel it's not necessary at all. Instead of there to nowhere, all
okay, thank you. 0777105 0555105. Let's hear you as you put your calls on the program and tell me what do you make of the discussion here on the radio, on ABC Radio. Let's hear you as you put through your calls on the program. 0555105 100 0555105 Let's hear you on the program. What do you make of the discussion as it relates to the disruption at the University of Liberia and the statement from the campus that student politics has been suspended? Let's hear you as you make your input on the program. And sorry, we are having a little difficult time with our lines, but we're going to get through with this issue with the lines. Let me take this one.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, my name is Gama William, and I came to my resident this morning to be precise to be very disrespectful. thank you for the popular discussion this morning. You see, the suspension of student politics on the campus, I think it is necessary. Because if we just leave it like that, and now we are going into the election season, there will be more chaos on the LU campus if only student politics is still on that campus. Because almost every day those students they will gather together to cause noise or to do things that are against the will of people on campus. So for the suspension of student politics on campus, hello?
Please go ahead.
Okay. So for the suspension of student politics on campus, for me, it is necessary. At least we should see how best it should be like that, just as it is, until after election, and then the incident they go on Monday, they launch investigation to see anyone that is found reliable of the incident to be prosecuted in the court of law. Thank you for it.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me get this caller on the line. Okay, I think this line is a bit worrisome this morning. Okay, let me take this caller.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
My name is Sarah Johnson. I joined this conversation from Issaquah, New Georgia Town Center this morning. Let me appreciate you for leaving your business schedule to come and serve our late denominator Mama with you. My attention has been due to the statement or the action coming from the University of Labrador headed by the President, President Julius Saludniasi. Coming up with a statement saying that the student politics at the University of Labrador have been suspended for time indefinite. Let me say this. This is why sometimes if I call, I always share blame on the council or churches within the Republic of Liberia. For the Genesis, when the time I lost to went on the campus, I was on there. Let me do quotation from the accent to see that they circulated on the station. When the time the man left there, the administration was the Vanguard Student Education Party, especially when the equity political party at the University of Liberia, to say, comrades, that is the problem for which of these who are lost to from finance. The leadership of the University of Liberia sat down there so like a drastically and they never took action. But from Honorable Moses Akara great to reach at the University of Liberia, I expected the president to call police to say, I'm not infringing on his right at his right. But the issue is that for now, tension is here. So Honorable Gresham entered the university campus. That was going to be welcoming. The leadership of the university did not. But when the incident took place, and now he coming up and saying that the Vanguard communication to other political activity suspended for time indefinite on the campus. And I would say this, the University of Liberia was there when he was appointed as president. The Vanguard communication party was assisting when he appointed as president. So there is no day the activity or politics will be stopped on the campus of the University of Liberia.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving the opportunity.
Okay, thank you. 077-105-105 055-105-105. Let's hear you on the program as you make your input and tell me what do you make of the discussion this morning on ABC Radio The Breeze. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The name remains Summer Perkins and joining from the old to be precise data.
Okay.
So the statement made by the US president on the national radio is not welcoming. The reason being, they saw these issues, they saw these lapses, and it never raised any alarm. So Akara's great entered the university with a bunch of hooligans, bunch of gangsters to terrorize the students at the University of Liberia. After you have caused mayhem on the students of the University of Liberia, the faculty are not coming out to say they suspend or political activity at the University of Liberia. It's not welcoming. Actually, I don't know give you a sentence as a candidate to this government. This is the downfall of this government. Trust me, take it or you leave it. Pray, you will be held responsible for whatever you did. Thank you. Have a God bless day.
Thank you. 0005105105055055100. Let's hear you on the program. What do you make of the discussion this morning? You've listened and you heard what the University of Liberia president came up with in terms of the suspension of student politics at the University of Liberia campus, and also the release from the Justice Ministry calling for thorough investigation into the matter. So let's discuss on the program The Breeze this morning on ABC Radio as you make your input on the program. 077710510 055510510. Let's hear you on the program as you make your input and tell me what do you make of the discussion in terms of the suspension of politics on the campus, how realistic it is, and what do you think can be done to ensure that yes, indeed, what has been pronounced can be adhered to. So let's hear you on the program as you make your input on the program on The Breeze. And line 1 is a bit dropping here and there. So let's hear you on the program as you make your input on 077 00777 105 100 0555 105 100. Let's hear what you have to say on the program as you make your input. Today is the weekend and too many things to talk about, but let's hear you on the program as you make your input and tell me what do you make of the discussion on this station. So I'm going to go to our television and read out some of our comments, those who are following us, and what do they have to say. Share the video. Joseph Blackie Jr. says, I am watching from 34 Camp Johnson Road. Okay. Daxina Stuan says, watching from Minnesota. All right, okay. Livadino Dos Santos Cooper Jr. says, good morning, Dennis. I'm falling from my resident on Honorable Emmanuel Dan Avenue, Asmon Street. Joseph Kennedy says, watching. Emmanuel Shaw says, great job, Crew Queen Dennis Nipsey. I'm falling. Thanks, my brother Emmanuel Shaw, for following the broadcast. You can also share the video as well. Invite others to watch. Okay, Melvin Stewart said, good morning, Dennis Nipson. Break the bomb, my girl. Okay, Melvin Stewart from State Radio Media colleague. Thank you so much. Daniel Uwuma says, the University of Liberia belongs to all students, either opposition or non-opposition of a certain government. Even the students are also a victim of the rascality of those greedy people who pretend to be student activists. The UL administration needs to do the needful to maintain law and order to avoid escalations. Okay, John Boki Masakwa says the government is right. You guys are not serious to learn since this is a free tuition from the government. The government must stop free education. Okay. Fatu Rogers is watching. Thanks. That's my colleague at ABC Radio. A strong lady. John Woki Masakwa says watching from Norway, Oslo. Okay, thanks for watching. Keep sharing the video. Invite others to watch along. And pretty soon we're going to take a commercial duties on the program. And we will give chance for our other point of discussion. But before then, I will entertain few calls on the matter, although line 1 is a bit, not settling. But let's hear you on the program. 07777 105 105 055 105 100. Let's hear you on the program as you make your input on the topic on the discussion. We are discussing the issue of the University of Liberia. And oh my God, this line is something. So let me take this one. Okay.
Good morning, Dennis.
Yes, good morning and welcome to The Breeze.
I think it's 07775. The line is a little bit disturbing, so I told you to look at it. But however, this is Christian. I'm the ambassador for ABC Radio.
Yeah, you were calling on that line and it's not going.
I know. The line is crying this morning, man. The problem at the University of Liberia, I think it's a major concern of the people.
Okay.
Mainly the librarian school and also the university process. The suspension of the student policy and university is not something that now. I think investigations can be going when conducted before suspending any other person.
You say it's not timely. Why do you think that it's not timely?
Politics university is a natural phenomenon.
But with what happened the last time, don't you think it is good enough to suspend?
So what are the investigations for the people now? Can you put the investigation to suspend it? What they are doing is that to both parties into issues.
One thing we need to know is that suspension doesn't mean that you are guilty, right? You can suspend something to look into that matter. So it doesn't mean that they are accusing party A of being responsible for the suspended.
Politics at the university like that is a natural phenomenon.
Okay.
So if you come out to say to suspend it, quite those can do the ground there. All those stuff. We've been there. We've been at the university. We see our things working harder.
Okay.
Thank
you so much. Let's hear you on the program 0777105 as you make your input on the breeze on ABC Radio. Let's hear what you have to say on the program. And before that, I'd like to recognize our sponsors, Bocon Jede Group of Companies and Rovia Logistics Incorporated. They are #1 in the country, so you can trust their services and be part of it. So to our proud sponsors of the Breeze, Bocon Jide Group of Companies and Rovia Logistics Incorporated. Let me take a few calls before I transition into commercials. Keep the call coming. What do you make of the suspension of student politics at the University of Liberia, and what do you make of the mandate from the Justice Ministry to suspend student politics at the University of Liberia campuses? Let's hear you on the program as you make your input and tell me what do you make of that on the program. 0777105 0777105 Let's hear you on the program. Call us on the breeze and tell me what do you make of this. And too many calls coming on this line, but the line itself is kind of bad. Our technical people going to look at that to ensure that they work on it. So let's hear you as you make your input on the program and tell me what do you make of the mandate from the University of Liberia suspending. And someone said, like Eric Patton, the secretary of the association, the faculty association, and like he rightly said, the issue about this suspension should be realistic. When the university come up with that, they should ensure that yes, indeed, there are people who are monitoring, and you don't have people coming, on the side coming to have activities with the student. They should make sure that they monitor that and to ensure that whosoever is involved, can be dealt with. So at this time, I will take a commercial break. And when I get back, I will transition into our next discussion on the program, The Breeze, this morning. But let me take some commercial duties on the program. Okay. All right. And we will, after that, we will come back to discuss our
Rovia. Yes, Rovia Logistics is back. Have you been looking for a one-stop shop to rent and hire machineries of all types? Look no further. Rovia Logistics Incorporated is the answer. Rovia Logistics has wide range of machines like dump trucks to haul your sand, red dye, crush rocks, and border rocks.
As for your construction needs, do not worry. Rovia Logistics have all sizes of yellow machines to meet your desire. They have machines like bulldozers, compactors, excavators, forest machines, backhoes, and many more.
The interesting part is you get to hire them hourly, daily, or monthly. And that's not all. We also rent pickups of all types like Toyota Tacoma, Nissan Frontiers, Ford F-250, and they are equipped with all-wheel drive options for bad road conditions. Locate Rovia Logistics Incorporated right at the corner of McDonough and Carey Streets on the Kakata Highway, Copper Farm area in Fendel, around the University of Liberia campus, or locate our head office on Randall Street.
Contact Rovia Logistics and cell numbers 0777-874-231 or 0888-726-172. You can also email them on rovialib@gmail.com.
Better still, WhatsApp Rovia Logistics on 0777-874-231 or message them on Facebook, Rovia Logistics Incorporated. Rush now for quality services at affordable prices.
Gifty, where did you get the bricks you used to build your house? See how strong the bricks look.
I got them from Rovia Bricks. Do not tell me you have not heard about Rovia Bricks.
You mean they are located in Liberia?
Yes, Angie. Rovia Bricks is a division of Rovia Logistics Incorporated, and they offer a variety of concrete products for all your construction needs. They have 6, 7, 8, and 4 inches blocks. That's not all.
Tell me more.
Rovia Bricks have coverts for roads and well, cornerstones, Colombo blocks, yard tiles, sand, be it smooth, rough, and mixed. They even have red dyes for land filling and crushed rocks of all sizes.
How can I get to them?
You can locate Rovia Bricks right at the corner of McDonough and Carey Streets on the Kakata Highway, Copper Farm area in Fendel, around the University of Liberia campus, or locate our head office on Randall Street. Call Rovia Bricks on 0777-874-231 or 0888-726-172. Email them on rovialib@gmail.com. Better still, WhatsApp them on 0777-874-231 or Facebook, Rovia Logistics Incorporated.
I'm calling them right now for that man's swampy land. No time to waste.
Man, take it easy.
Bokonjida Group of Companies, a 100% Liberian-owned company with over 20 years of experience, is the name that stands tall in the microfinance, construction, and general services industries. At Bokonjida Group of Companies, we pride on character, integrity, honesty, confidentiality, and creditworthiness. Approved institutions or entities under the microfinance service include House of Representatives, Liberian Senate, General Service Agency, Financial Intelligence Unit, and General Auditing Commission. Others include Governance Commission, Cooperative Development Agency, Ministry of Gender, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, National Public Health Institute of Liberia, National Port Authority, Group of 77, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Our construction services include the construction of residential and commercial buildings, while the general services include apartment renter, apartment for lease, furnished apartments for short stay, general printing services, and a yard with swimming pool to host events. Bokonjida Group of Companies is located on Capitol Hill in Monrovia. For more information, call us on cell numbers 0770-520-958 or 0777-017-603, or better still 0886-622-559, or email us at bokonjida@gmail.com. Bokonjida Group of Companies. Perfume, they say, is the unseen, unforgettable, and ultimate accessory that makes elegance possible. Getting that smell requires a vendor of class. That's why I introduce to you the Palace of Fragrance in Liberia, Authentic Corner. Authentic Corner has the best brands of perfume, including Tom Ford, Chanel, Jimmy Chalk, and Christian Dior. We also have Louis Vuitton, Roja, Armani, Mayaki, Creed, and a lot more. Authentic Corner also deals in the latest ladies and gents watches and sunglasses. All our products are first class and come from London, Italy, Paris, and the USA. We are open from Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. till the late evening hours. Contact us on 681-804 or 0880-474-042. Better still, send us a WhatsApp message on +231-886-460-009. Visit our store in Fitch Market Sinker, opposite the Invisible Sports Park, and get that smell you deserve. Authentic Corner, the palace of good smell.
Dama, share on your share with my hero. Bank care with me as soon as you tell. Clip I owe your fool. I didn't have a reason to leave you, show me the way, and I'm grateful for everything that you did. You never ever play me low. See, I'm not worthy of your grace. I'm not worthy of your blessings. Stay, you not close me, oh. Say you not give up on me. I call you my doctor, my bro, my brabio. See your man, let's all go more. Nangla you hella bo. Le call you Elohim, yes wa tato. Like you the one can win all the battle. You give me more reason to pray. God don't give up on me. 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 Don't give up on me. You told me not to worry. Wish you gave you thanks and praise. Acapelle ku aspeo. Me I understand trail. Me I give it all to you. Give it all to you. And I got friend to say. Glipper, you lead the way. You told me call on you, call on you, call on you. I just need to kneel and pray. Like you get it find no say. God don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. God don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. God don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. God don't give up on me. Don't give up on me.
Indeed, God don't give up on me. That is how I like to be back on the program. The Breeze on ABC Radio 105.1. Indeed, you told us not to worry. We copy the code, we pay. I like that lyrics, and you know that's the guy CRC with that beautiful one there. And indeed, we are back on the final segment of the Breeze on ABC Radio, and you can keep following on the program. It is weekend, and I know too many people are happy when it comes to weekend, you know. And I know though Fidel is not here, I know he's on official duty, right? But I know he's always happy when it comes to the weekend. That's my boss. Okay, and I know someone who also be happy is Anthony Jiffan, Ishmael. No Fatuin like the weekend. So okay, I like to be back on the Breeze, and it's good to be back on the Breeze. One person who can enjoy the weekend is Figgins, Mountain Figgins. Okay, I know there's no if and but about that. That guy like his weekend. So we are back, and like I said, the Ministry of Labor has been carrying out on inspectorate aspect and closure of some businesses across the country. So we're going to join the public relations officer at the Ministry of Labor to bring her up to speed and, you know, get a few of our concern as it relates to that matter and what are the objectives of that matter. And Joseph or Yandibo is the public relation officer. So we're going to get to him and hear what he has to say on the program, The Morning Breeze. Good morning and welcome to The Breeze.
Good morning. How is it this morning?
I'm okay.
Yeah, it's good to be on your show this morning.
Okay.
I think this is my first time being called by you to make some intervention on behalf of the Ministry of Labor.
Okay, that's great. And hope we will have you one day in our studio.
Yeah, no problem. I look forward to that day.
Okay. So we saw that there was a statement from the Ministry of Labor in terms of some inspectorate or closure across the country as it relates from Grand Bassa. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, the Ministry of Labor during the week embarked on a major inspection exercise of business institutions across the country.
Okay.
So as part of phase one, the ministry has dispatched a delegation of 9 men headed by the Assistant Minister for Regional Labor Affairs, Richard Tomui, to Grand Bassa County, and that will also include Riverside, Sano, River G, Maryland County, Clanjide, and Nima County. So during the first stop in Grand Bassa County, where they are currently inspecting all employment institutions, including businesses, concessions, and other institutions. During the week, the delegation was able to identify several institutions owned by foreign nationals to be in violation of the labor laws of Liberia.
What before you go on, what prompted this action?
Well, as an institution of government that is responsible to ensure that there exists a decent work environment for both employer and workers in the country, as part of our function, it is our responsibility to regularly inspect business institutions and employment and employment agencies. So it is in line with that the Minister of Labor, Councillor Charles Casey, decided for the first time to inspect all business institutions and employment and workplaces across Liberia. For the matter of fact, the Ministry of Labor quite recently obtained for the first time 90 4x4 pickups and over 20 motorbikes as logistics to help carry out this exercise. So we have decided to embark on this exercise to inspect living, working conditions of workers, Liberian workers at various concession areas across the Republic of Liberia, as well as ensure the enrollment of alien working within the Republic of Liberia to establish whether they are in possession of valid work permits.
Okay. And before going to Grand Bassa and perhaps to the southeast, have the Labor Ministry started from Monserrate or Monrovia?
Monserrate County, Monserrate is where more employment is concentrated. Yes, inspections are regularly held in Monrovia, especially Monserrate County, especially Monrovia, because there where the central office is existing. So we often receive complaints from employees, from employers. So our inspectors are all concentrated in Monrovia. But this time around, we have decided to take inspection all of Monserrate County to the Leeward County. Despite us having, the ministry being decentralized, having labor commissioners and labor inspectors in the county, but the minister has thought it wise that we beef up their strength. Because in some of those counties, there are only one labor inspector, which is very, very insignificant when it comes to the coverage of the entire county to establish violation or to establish decent work conditions. So this time around, we have dispatched a team across the country, across the country to carry on this inspection. Another team is being prepared for the western part of the Bakuru, Grand Cape County that will be leaving soon. So the other team that is in Grand Bassa County, I'm told they will be picking up tomorrow from Grand Bassa County for Riverside.
What are the findings from the Grand Bassa end?
Hello?
Yes, what are the findings from Grand Bassa? What have they done there in Grand Bassa since they arrived?
Yeah, as it was reported through our press release, the team has discovered a lot of violations and being meted against workers, as well as a number of aliens working in Grand Bassa County without a valid work permit. So measures are being put in place to correct those violations. As we reported, some institution was temporarily closed, and I'm told that some of them have been reopened after complying with government regulation, after they were fined, and some of them are in the process of paying those fines, and some are paid. So they are being reopened in line with the labor law, because the law provides for corrective measures that when people are found into violation, they are given a period of time to take corrective measures. But for immediate action, the ministry temporarily closed those institutions until negotiations were held, and some of them already started to comply with the Ministry of Labor team.
Okay, and as it relates to that, in Monrovia itself, there have been complaints from casual laborers in terms of employers not adhering to the decent work bill, and they have been paid below the bill. What is the Ministry of Labor doing in terms of that?
Yes, I think you heard the president when he spoke during the summit, and he made mention of the minimum wage, where people should be paid not less than 150 United States dollars. Last year, the president constituted the minimum wage board, which is chaired by the Minister of Labor, Honorable Charles Gibson, comprising of representatives from the Workers' Union, Employer Association, and two experts, one legal and one economist. They are already working on putting in place measures to ensure that a new minimum wage is developed for workers in the private sector. In the private sector, emphasize in the private sector, because the Ministry of Labor is not charged with the responsibility to pay salary for civil servants. I'm emphasizing the private sector, in the private sector. So sooner or later, the ministry will be announcing a minimum wage for people, whether skilled or unskilled laborer, professional and non-professionals working within the Republic of Ghana.
How sooner is that later?
You say?
How sooner is that later?
The team is working, coming up with a minimum wage setting is not automatic. It requires research. They need to know the living condition of people. They need to understand the condition, wages that are paid in the sub-region. They need to conduct a survey to know how much unskilled laborers are paid in Sierra Leone, how much unskilled laborers are paid in Guinea, in desert, so that we cannot set our wage too high or too low that will discourage employment. Because when wages are not fixed in the right direction, it also has a disadvantage on the economics. So our people are working to ensure that the wages that will be set will be in conformity with current day realities.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Joseph Yandibo. Is that the pronunciation of the last name?
Yeah, Yandibo.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. All right. And that was the public relation officer at the Ministry of Labor and he has been drilling us through, bringing us to speed as it relates to their own engagement in Grand Bassa and other parts of the country in terms of labor activity. But what is important is that over time, and there's a need that the labor ministry step up its game. Our people, our brothers and sisters who are casual laborers and in sometimes in these stores and shops and things, you always hear from them complaining that the working environment is not conducive, and in terms of what they are getting, it is nothing, and there's a need for government to step in to ensure that their plights can be taken to their employer, and they can advocate for them. So there's a need that the labor ministry step of the game. I listen to him. It is good to go across the country to inspect, but when you are inspecting, to ensure that the people do the needful, because it is important that they do the needful. You cannot have people working and they cannot get paid. They are paid far, far below the belt, and people are doing hard work and they cannot get paid. And sometimes the condition in which they are working, it is not conducive. It's not good at all. Their employers sometimes abuse their rights, and you always listen to them. They can't complaining that there's a need that they gain help. So it is good that the labor ministry will actually, work on that. Like he said, it's coming up. How soon will that be? And yeah, we have our limited time as it relates to other activities, and we know the government are seeking re-election in October. We will be going to election in October. And how soon will this action be to ensure that our people who are casual laborers, they have their own fair share as it relates to the advocacy from the labor ministry to help them get their pay for what they work for, can be paid at least something to be able to cater to their family, take care of their livelihood, because you cannot be working and you are working in such a condition that is not conducive enough. You go to work, you are maltreated, you are not paid, you do the work, and sometimes these people bring people, and some of the work that our people should be doing, you notice that you go to these shops, you see the people, they go out of the country, they bring their own people to do the work, and they are working, they are taking all positions that should not be occupied by them, that should be occupied by Liberian national, and they are occupying their positions. So there's a need that the labor ministry step up, to their gains, to make sure that our people have decent work environment, that they can say, yes, indeed, I've worked, and this is what I've gained. This is what I was able to achieve. You cannot have people wake up in the morning, go to work, people struggle, and the pay, is not right. So like you said, the private sector mostly where you found that the casual laborers are there, and they work without being paid good, decent work, bill, and all of that, and all of those issues. There's a need that the government step in, and you cannot be saying you will fix this, you will do this, you will do that, and we are just a few months to October. So the need for the government to step in, it is important. The labor ministry is doing inspection. After the inspection, what next? What are the implementation mechanism put into place to ensure that, yes, indeed, those who are found in the habit of not adhering to the laws of the country are dealt with and efficiently, to ensure that what is ought to be done can be done. So the need for them to do it, it is good. Before I go to the lines, to talk about that, what we make of the labor ministry as it relates to the plight of our brothers and sisters who are casual laborers and who are with this private sector, in terms of mostly the stores, the factories, and all of those things. What the living condition of those people, what are they doing about that? I like to, on yesterday, the president sent a message, and we have gathered that the president will be leaving the country today and will be traveling out of the country, and he released a message as it relates to the voter registration exercise. And let's hear what he had to say about the voter registration exercise. We're going to be showing light on that on the program to hear what the president said about the voter registration exercise.
My name is George Manuel, President of the Republic of Liberia. The National Elections Commission is beginning a very important exercise from March 20 to May 11, 2023 in the 15 counties. This is the period to register for the presidential and legislative elections to be held in October 2023. I call on all citizens 80 years and above to register in order to be able to vote. It is an important civil duty that you must perform as a good citizen. Your voters' card will allow you to make a decision to have better healthcare services and education, as well as improved infrastructure. The National Elections Commission has said from March 20 to April 9, 2023, citizens of Wapulu, Bomi, Kimang, Grand Bassa, Magibi, and Mosovaro counties will register to vote. And from April 21st to May 11, 2023, the citizens of Bon, Banjide, Bencru, Lofa, Maryland, Nimba, Riverside, River G, and Sano counties will do theirs. Let's inform our family members, friends, and neighbors aged 18 and above. Liberians, you have the power. To maintain your power, you have to register to vote. This is George Manuel, President of the Republic of Liberia.
Yes, indeed. And it is interesting how the president, and this is George Manuel, President of the Republic. Okay. And the president ending that one, and he's encouraging people to turn up for the voter registration exercise. But we are listening to our correspondents across the country this morning, and one thing that is said that the issue of awareness by the NEC is not seen in the county. So this is something that should claim the attention of government. The need to ensure that awareness of this voter registration exercise is important. You cannot have a process being conducted, being carried out, that you want to carry a process and you don't have ample awareness to the citizens. How will they be aware of what they are going to do? So the need to ensure awareness, and now I'm seeing that this whole awareness issue is left to the mercy of politicians who are seeking, or electable posts. Now they are the one championing the case of the voter registration. They are the one carrying awareness. The NEC should be able to carry on the awareness. The government should be able to give NEC the ample funding, the funding that they need to ensure that the awareness is carried out. Because if you don't have adequate awareness on this process, the failure and obstacles and challenges you are opting not to see will be huge, because this is a whole new process that you are bringing on, and like the electronic aspect, and you don't have awareness across the country. There should be massive awareness across the country so that people can know how this process is being done. So the need for awareness, though the president is saying that people should turn out, is not enough for the president to only say that people should turn out. What he needs to do also through his government is to ensure that the awareness is caught across the country, the awareness be done all across the country, like I said, and the support to NEC is be given so that NEC can carry on the awareness to ensure that those who do not know the procedure can follow. And at this time, there should be jingles, there should be announcement of such on the radio to help There should be town hall discussion ongoing. So you cannot have these things done as business as usual, where you don't inform the people, you don't carry on adequate awareness, but then you want the people to just come up and go to those places to register. There are others who may not know the process. They would like to know, but how this thing is done before I get there. So perhaps they can also know how it is done. So it is important for awareness. And before the president spoke, I also talked about the issue of our casual laborers. The Ministry of Labor carry on inspectorate in Grand Bassa, and also, like they said, they will also be in the Southeast carrying on that mandate to ensure that people who are illegally operating in terms of alien and foreigners who are working in Liberia to have permits and all of that. We see all of these things in our society. You see aliens, foreigners driving taxi during days. They are running businesses that should be Liberian-owned businesses and things. The Ministry of Labor needs to step up to that. So I'm going to open the lines. We're going to speak to that. What's your own input as it relates to the function of the Ministry of Labor to inspect and to put into place that alien and foreigners can adhere to the practices, and that they can also cannot be engaged into businesses that are owned by Liberians, and some of our brothers and sisters who are casual workers can have a decent salary at their place of work? What is the role of the labor ministry? What is the labor ministry doing about that? What needs to be done about that? How can they solve this problem to ensure that those who are found in that situation can have a fair share of what they work for, not to labor throughout their life and they cannot get a decent salary for they and their family to cater to their livelihood. So I'm going to open the lines and you can have your input. And also the president has called on Liberians to turn out for the voter registration exercise. What do you make of it? And there are also been this speculation of all of the other activities that have been happening in the country as it relates to the silence of the president. The president has not spoken as it relates to, the recent issue as it relates to the situation at the former Chief Justice home. And there were a lot of speculation about the president, why he's not coming up to speak issue. It is a national issue, knowing that the woman who is involved is not just an ordinary person. She's the former Chief Justice and someone who has been a lawmaker on high profile that something happened to her, and the president did not come in to speak about that. But now we are seeing the president is coming up to talk about the voter registration exercise. What do you make of that as well? And what do you make of the pronouncement of people should tender and where we are gathering report that there are not adequate awareness across the country as it relates to the voter registration exercise? With all of that, I'd like to hear your own input on the program, The Breeze on ABC Radio. What do you make of all of what is unfolding as it relates to the topic that on a discussion? 077-105-100, 055-105-100. Let's hear you. What do you make of it? What do you make of the discussion as we unfold and as it relates to the president pronouncement? Now the president has come up. There have been, while the president is not speaking, but the president spoke on his own as it relates to the voter registration exercise. 077-105-100, 077-105-100. I think is the only line that is working. Please lower your monitor.
Hello?
Yes, please lower your radio. Let's hear you.
Okay, I'm Chua Oladaga, and I call you from my residing point of North Eastern Community.
Okay.
Okay. My input on this labor ministry, I believe this is untimely, because if this regime is the one who are trying to put mechanism in place, this will be something that I said the regime to over. There have been our labor practice in this country, and there have been no implementation towards providing any response. But at this time, it's untimely because that labor are being our midst, and our people are being marginalized in getting the benefit. So I believe this is untimely by this regime.
Okay. It is untimely. It is not timely. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good.
All right. Thank you. 077-105-100, 077-105-100. I think this 0555 number is not going, so let's deal with the 077-105-100. Let's hear you as you have your input on the program. You've listened. What do you make of the Labor Ministry Act action in terms of regulations across the country, and also the pronouncement by the president in terms of people to turn out to vote? Let's hear you on the program. What do you make of it? On 077-105-100, 077-105-100. Let's hear you on the program.
Yeah, Dennis.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. This is an ambassador. In the EBC Radio ambassador. Let me speak on the issues of the awareness. I think the awareness should be the key cardinal point for the voting of this. But now we need to be upgraded with the voting. We see when, where, and how will this process be done. Other people around, you don't know what they're going to do. Now they're talking on the biometric system. So the old man in the Bologna there, how would they know? And how my mother is going to vote, how my father is going to vote, how they are going to register. So it's one of the key issues when we are going to deal with a digital system. So one of the key things that I think the government is in the time and the 20-day automation is something not related to school. It's short. So now, my Oma was asking yesterday, how will she register in the time of the digital system? And she doesn't even know how to read and write. All those things that I need to go take for airway and pay for airtime and trying to see them to solve the issues.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's hear you on the program. 077-105-100, 077-105-100. Let's hear you as you make your input on the program, The Morning Breeze on ABC Radio. Let's hear, what do you make of the discussion? What do you make of the Labor Ministry inspectorate work across the country to ensure that people are heard to, the laws as it relates to alien and foreigners? Let's hear you on the program. Good morning.
Yeah, this is Mr. Boyman Banner calling from Baro FE.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mama, for the talk. Thank you that God will guide every day and bring you. Oh, Mama, Labor Ministry, that get things that have been on and on. Any president coming to power, they will give it, or they will give it all the hope. They will get it like people, we settle everything. Labor will be free of charge. But Mama, it stayed the same. It's not working. It's not working. It was still thought. Yeah, it's not working, Mama. All they put are talking. Open an asset on the president alone cannot be all over. Nobody is sincere to do the best for Liberian people. The only time and stay on air end of the day is staying the same. Labor inspector or labor ministry, nothing they do. You take it, that's the Mama. They get it when you say a job for you, then you come by sit down. Because there's nothing they can do for you to benefit anything for that. I bet the labor minister, I bet 2 cases. End of the day, you can't get no good result.
Okay.
They're not seeking our intel. They're not seeking their own intel. But I can always say, everything that you do, they have a consequence on everyone.
Okay.
If God gives you power to talk for the, and the one that put you in power, and you fail to do that, you wouldn't want to see your own interest, it will come to you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. 077-105-100, 077-105-100. Let's hear you on the program as you make through your course. Good morning.
Good morning, Sister Denise.
Yes, good morning and welcome to the breeze. Let's hear you.
David E. Harris, now call from Pension Street.
Okay.
Sister Denise, I just want to thank you for this platform. Thank you for this sensitive topic. Like in other countries, you find out that the Ministry of Labor, after every 3 months, they will inspect every workplace, every foreign company, and show that as Liberians, how they are being treated, how they are being paid, where the facility is used for bathroom, the latrine, and other things. But for our country in Liberia, those that are in the labor sector, they only care for what can go in their pocket. They don't care about Liberians, they don't care about how they work in foreign company and other things. They don't care about anything. Because the reading what me saying, the Liberians are being treated all over. The other time I went to Jamaica Road, Where they said it's tax with Seti branch. Or like, I want to go ask for tax. But those guys are packing the tax because you found out most of those tax leave the bag and they're repacking and putting it in the bag and to keep it. Or brand workers that were there, I don't know where the guy did. The foreign nationality, Indian guy, threw the stick behind the guy because they were calling the guy and the guy was walking away. The Indian guy threw the stick on the guy and the stick caught the guy in the back. The guy was picking that pin. And the Indian guy asked the security to throw the guy out. It's actually not going up. It was not an easy thing. And I want to record the scene, but then the security told me, say, stop, man. Don't record it. Go and record with his phone. All our brain guys are working at it.
Yeah.
I'm very sad because I really want to record that and post it. So then all our brain brothers have been treated badly to most of those foreign companies. Our labor ministry ain't doing nothing. So what I'm seeing, the effort is start. I wanted to go beyond it. I wanted to go to the foreign company after every 3 or 6 months, inspect the facility, ask all our brand brothers that work there, how they come in, how they been paid. And even though foreign workers are there, ensure that they have their permit, their work permit, and how they are being treated there. So I just want to thank you for your unique platform. I hope and pray that you always bring a platform for us to have our seat. Thank you this morning.
All right, thank you. 077-105-100, 055-105-100. Let's hear you on the program as you make your input. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, let's hear you.
I'm Keto calling on the borough.
Oh, Tamaketo.
Yeah.
Let's hear you.
Yes, I think you have said it all. You know, one thing we'll say is...
Hello. Hello. Okay, I think Tamaketo, you off the line. Okay, let me take this other caller on the line. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, let's hear you. Please speak a little bit louder. Okay.
I went there to Opa and I was like, if I would use the Bible to use it. When I entered the Bible, where it's like people using it, I think I was working in school. I entered the Bible to use it. I couldn't take it there. I guess, so the Bible is very special. If you are like, take a walk to Sumi Brother to pass me to Flower Town. Come on, everyone ask for the Bible. Use the Bible, what it's like. And I wear customers and coaches are well able to.
All right. Thank you. 077-105-100, 077-105-100, 055-105-100. Let's hear you on the program as you make your input. What do you make of the labor ministry, their workings and their duty to ensure that casual laborer gets a decent working environment across the country, and also the pronouncement by the president in terms of awareness, calling on people for the voter registration exercise, to turn out for voter registration exercise. What do you make of that? Let's hear you on the breeze this morning as you have your input on the program. 077-105-100, 055-105-100. Let's hear you on the program. And I'll go to the television online. We have okay, let me take this caller and then I will read out some of the Mohammed Bangura says, okay, good morning. Says, I'm falling from Carwell, Liberia. Okay. John Massaquoi says the labor ministry not doing extremely well for the youth. The ministry are treating our people bad. The children work and don't have salary on time. Okay, so let's hear you. What do you make of it? Like the other brother talk about how they handle that worker at the company there, and it is these reports we get it on a daily basis, and how people are treated as it relates to their work with the foreign nationals, not to be biased or not to be that way, but our people who work most of the time with with those stores and factories, you realize that they complain of how they are being treated, that they are not treated well. The people, the behavior they, carry on against them in terms of even their salary, what they get, it is not enough. It is something that always they call on government to step in. And now we are hearing that the labor ministry is now saying they are working on it. They are going across the country to ensure that this is worked on. So I might say because the government is seeking electable re-election, that's why the government is now, coming up with that mandate, because they want to be re-elected. So they are coming up, going across the country to work with perhaps the labor inspectors in the counties to ensure that the alien and foreigners adhere to the laws, get permits, carry on what they should be doing, how they handle their workers, how they pay their workers. It's said timely, it's said the rightful time, what needs to be done, and how sincere can this process be. Let's hear you on the program, The Morning Breeze on ABC Radio, 0777 105 100, 0777 105 100. Let's hear what you have to say on the program as you make your input. You can also follow us on Facebook, via Facebook, ABC Radio. Share the video, invite others to watch along on the program as you make your input. Let's hear you on 0777 105 100, 0777 105 100. And I also talk about the awareness exercise. It is important to know that the need to carry awareness across the country, it is good. We found out that people across the country are not being informed, in terms of this whole registration process. And NEC should cut across. They are hard to reach areas. There are areas that people go, they don't even get access to radio. They don't have access to telephones. They don't have access to mobile phones and internet connectivity and all of that. And it is important that you have agents who will go in the field and go to the hard to reach areas and carry the message to the people to tell them about the awareness of voter registration. Let's hear you on the program. Please lower your radio.
Hello?
Yes, please lower your radio.
Hello, morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I know. My name is Maurice tomorrow.
Okay.
What they never put in, they put in enough for rest. Actually, if you care about no complaint to the Liverpool, then if you move on the government can call it to can't get us small money. So the kids now the put can die. You can't do nothing about it.
Okay.
But the people working wala 5 years now. They put can pay off nothing. So what we can get our leave. I know if we care on report there, that put it the government can get us small money. So if you put it now, you can say, oh, I'll step by it. That's on and put in can forget for it. And then step what the whatever they put enough for rest.
Okay.
They will not be nothing. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Let's hear you on the program, The Morning Breeze. So what do you make of the discussion here on the program ABC Radio? Good morning and welcome to the Breeze.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Keto.
Oh, Tama Keto, welcome back.
Yes, listen, I think you have said it all. You know that the labor ministry, labor ministry, I think, only for now they can see the interest of the laborer. I think we have to watch and see. Because sometimes when election is coming around, people will do all the sushi stuff. Then at the end of the day, when you give them the term, they will start your hope down.
Okay.
But rest, the people that are doing hardware, you go in some of those stores, you see, on so far, they working. Some of them factory, what have you. The librarian are working, but they pay very little. And now I go to the election, the registration of this coming election. The 2020 to the 19, that time is very short, no publicity, what have you, nothing is carrying on. But I read the comments would send some cash around the radio station so that the station can carry on the publicity around, so that people can be aware.
Okay.
But if I tell you, listen, if they will be carrying party mandate, They'll be carrying it in a corner, any corner around mother, they will carry it.
Okay.
They were going to party headquarters to implement the party mandate. But now, serious thing coming. You can't even see nothing, no awareness, nothing going on.
Okay.
Suppose that they will be surprised when the registration starts in Monday, they will be surprised. What's going on?
Okay.
See, it's very wrong. So let the government calm down. The money they get to get anything, so anything can use it to give people information.
All right.
Other than that, in the interior, people will just get on the money they go on their farm.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tamaketo.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see you in the program 077-105-100, 055-105-100. Let's hear what you have to say as it relates to the topic on the discussion. We are discussing the workings of the labor ministry and also the voter registration exercise awareness purpose. Let's hear you on the program, The Morning Breeze on ABC Radio, as you make your input on the program. 077-105-100. 055-105-100 with just a few minutes to go on the program, and we call it a day. Let's hear what you have to say on the program. Tell me what's your input on the topic, on the discussion, and tell me what you have to say on the program. So like we said, and my recent caller was saying the issue, it is important, and I was saying the NEC need to carry on awareness, because there are people who are in those hard to reach area. They don't know what's happening. They don't know what's happening. So you cannot have them. They wake up in the morning, they go to the farm. They don't care what's happening in central town in Morovia, what the politics of the day, is. They go to work. They go do their normal activities because they want to cater to their family. And if you are coming up with these activities, you have to ensure that they get the message so that they can sit home and be able to partake in the program. For you cannot have the process without awareness, and then you want people to stay. How will these people stay? You should be working with the district people, the clowns, the chief, the elders, the community leaders, and all of those people in the various counties, to work with their people to make them to know that yes, indeed, there's this thing called the voter registration exercise. And even the various stations, radio stations, television stations, should be at this time carry on the awareness message for the voter registration exercise. You cannot have all of these things done, or you cannot have the process done in isolation of all of these procedures and guidelines of awareness, of publicity, because it plays a major role in even town hall meetings as it relates to getting to the people. Let's hear you on the program.
Hello.
Yes, good morning and welcome to the Breeze.
Good morning. This is Patrick calling.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this whole thing about this labor ministry is just some kind of joke that they are playing. Because if the labor ministry wants to pass inspection, I think they should start for under their own feet. Because if you check the government payroll, I mean, for last month, most government workers have not even taken pay. Yeah, so it's strongly against the labor law.
Yeah, so the civil service agency and all others, are charged to do that. So we are looking at the private sector where we have the casual laborers and all of those other people.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that if you want to clean up, I don't think you should leave it and jump in the street and start cleaning up. You start cleaning your house first, so you better also start cleaning another person's yard. I mean, so everything that is happening, I think the private sector is seeing it from the government, so they are finding the government footsteps. Because if the government were paying their own workers on the time, I don't think the private sector would dare not to pay their own workers or to abuse the labor law.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. 077-105-100, 055-105-100. Let's hear you on the program. What do you make of it? In terms of the labor ministry, ensuring that the people across the various private sector, the casual laborers, and the labor issue is resolved as it relates to how people conduct themselves, even the aliens and the foreigners. And these people, sometimes you hear them, people always come complaining that whenever our employer, they carry on malpractices across the various areas, and we talk, they will tell you that, oh, we have the support of the government, and it is because of lack of implementation. It is because of lack of rules and regulations that people, sometimes boast about these things, and some of them don't even have that means, but because our people who are in charge are weak to do what they should do. And this is so the Labor Ministry Councillor Charles Gibson to beef up, his efforts in the workings of labor. And I've seen recent time they have been doing well as it relates to the issue of trafficking, but it's not all about trafficking. It's about the labor, the people that wake up in the morning, they go to work and they carry on this heavy duty work. They do work from morning to night and they cannot get paid. They cannot be treated well. These are things that he needs to look into more than, though the trafficking thing is a thing, but it's an issue that people should look at. But also the issue of labor is a key thing, and it is actually a challenge for citizens across the country. So there's a need that Councillor Gibson take a stringent measure and do the needful to ensure that the citizens' livelihood are improved. And also the government, there's a need that the government be sincere to the process as it relates to the voters registration exercise. The last time the chairman of NEC was complaining about support and getting full support from the government, and there's a need that they ensure that they get what they need to carry on this tax, because you cannot be performing in isolation of budgetary support. So they need that to carry on awareness. The country is big. The country is not only Morovia. This country is big. The need to carry on awareness all across the country, it is important. So it is important that the government do the needful. It is not about the politician. Well, politicians, they call on their people and say, oh, because we are contesting, we want you to go and register in their own interest. They will be saying those things, but the government has a duty to keep, they have a charge to keep as the head of the country, to ensure that those who are responsible can carry on the awareness, that the people can go register to vote, and that alone needs awareness to be carried out. So you need awareness. Let the awareness be done. Let the people know what is need to be done, and not just politicians should be carrying on flyers around, calling on people to go vote. And sometimes they will do it in their own interest, perhaps those who favor them, their own people, but the government needs to do that. So this is it. This is how I like to take leave of you on my lone presentation. And indeed, I like to say, do join us Monday. Where Fidel will be here in the presenter seat. And I will be by his side as we bring you informative and fascinating edition of The Breeze on AC Radio. A very, very crack team here at ABC Radio. Continue to follow us on all of our programs, and we promise you to bring the best as it relates to radio. Thanks to all those who put through their calls on the program, those who follow us live on the program via Facebook. Do share the video. We have all of our programs. You can watch along as well. All of our programs, follow and share the video, invite others. And also, I'd like to say thanks ever so much to my producer, Ishmael Smith, for putting me live on the camera, on the social media. Bye-bye. My name is Dennis Nipson. Have a pleasant weekend.